Um, Prior to me going to the post office, I had heard that there was an update, right? Remember the story I did about Delia Johnson? Does anybody know? Can you put it in the chat what happened to Delia Johnson? All right, so Delia Johnson, back in August sometime, she was, went to a funeral and basically she came from the funeral, and after the funeral, there was some people who lured her to a place where eventually she ended up getting um, murdered, execution style, by a young lady named Claudia Batten. Now, before I went out to the post office this morning, I heard that Claudia Batten had got apprehended back in Florida a couple of weeks, a month ago or so. But now she's been extradited back to New York State. So Delia Johnson is finally going to get justice for this horrible, horrible, horrible crime. Now, I'm not going to stay here long. What I want you to do is listen to a couple of news clips, and then, we'll be out of here and I'll finish up my coffee, I promise, and then we'll get into the morning read. But briefly here, let's just hear what the mother has to say, because mom definitely is going through it. She felt somebody, just walk up to somebody point blank range and take their life. It's hard for any parent. So let's listen and see what this mom has to say, and we'll go from there.
This is new tonight, and it is hard to watch. A horrific shooting on a New York City sidewalk. A woman shot and killed by another woman who just casually walked up to the victim and pulled the trigger point blank. Then she got into a car and just sped off, too. News 4's Miles Miller, live in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Miles, I know you talked with the victim's mother tonight. What are you hearing about this?
Well, the victim's mother is so distraught she could barely stand up. She grabbed my hand for strength and just really can't fathom who would want to kill her daughter. And she really says she can't believe the way her daughter died on the street.
Right.
Somebody executing my child. They killed my baby. Was something that horrible.
Delia.
No matter how, has anybody in the chat online suffered a child being taken from you by violence and crime? How did you deal with it? What got you through? Are you getting through? What, is there anything we can do to help you? This is sad, y'all. I don't know. For this world to tell you that any God is about light, any God is about love, and you see a lot of people flock to whatever religion it is they flock to, and still do this kind of stuff, and still have this amount of, I don't know, just darkness in the world. It's just sad for anybody to have to go through what this family is going through. And I know there's so many others, but this actually was close to home because it happened here in the state of New York where I'm at.
Barry has been crying so much she can barely stand up. A mother's pain after her namesake, her daughter, 42-year-old Delia Johnson, was shot in the head at point-blank range by this woman.
And remember I told you the mom name is Delia and the daughter name is Delia. And remember in that video I told you not many traditions or customs do that here in America. But where we came from in other parts of the world, there's a lot of Latino people who name their baby like Rosalina or something, like that, or whatever, they're married. There's a lot of Marys in one family or something like that, right? So it's sad, y'all. Let's go ahead.
We have to pray for the person that did this. Pray for their sin. Because I live in peace. Me.
Now, would you pray for somebody's family who took the life of your child? These are just questions. I'm morally sound, guys, and I already know what my answers are. But what would you do? Would you pray for your enemies that killed your loved one? I mean, that's the moral thing to do. Absolutely right. We're taught in Christianity to an extent You got to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And if your neighbor do this to you, by the way, we're going to hear the big update is when these two young ladies were at the funeral, they were friends at some point in time because we were all trying to figure out, like, how do you just go to a funeral and leave and then this lady come up and shoot you? But there's some history here with them both being from the same community in Brooklyn, okay?
But I do want to know why if I ever see you.
Mm-hmm.
It happened Wednesday evening on Franklin Avenue, near Park Place in Crown Heights. Delia's mom says her daughter had just left the funeral service for a friend and got a call to meet up with friends here. Seconds later, this woman pulls up and, without saying anything, kills her with a single shot. The shooter calmly walks away with her purse over her shoulder, gets back into her car, and takes off.
I have so much pain, I know.
I cannot imagine, because thank God it never has happened to me. But I cannot imagine the pain somebody goes through with this kind of situation. Expected death, sickness. We all kind of can accept that, aging out of life, that part of death. But this senseless, cruel murder, and it's just, I don't know. How do you guys feel about it?
Try my best to hold myself up.
It's a tough time.
But the slaughter, because that's what it was.
God is good. I thank you so.
I mean, come on, guys. If we go around calling each other sheep and cattle and all this other stuff, it's a open field slaughterhouse for people just to be slain. We have to do better in this world, in this society, where we treat people like human beings. That should be the first thing. But again, if we see other people mistreat us, we think it's the good thing to do, and we keep mistreating ourselves. Do you agree with that down below? Let me know, guys.
So much fun.
Delia was a mother of a 17-year-old girl and an entrepreneur seen here selling vintage clothes.
Oh, my God, help me, Lord. They killed my baby. I'm 42. She will be missed, my baby.
Sources close to the investigation say detectives working this case know who they're looking for. They believe that woman may have been a former friend, and they are working that angle tonight. There is a vigil scheduled for right here later this evening. We are live in Crown Heights. I'm Miles Miller, News 4 New York. Back to you.
All right, Miles Miller, thank you very, very, very much. Now, guys, I'm just briefly, back in August, I do believe, surveillance footage picked up a woman getting out of a white SUV, and this woman walked up to another woman and just point blank, execution style, took the life of Delia Jackson. She fled to Miami, Florida, some part, I'm not sure what part, but Jacksonville, some area. They apprehended her in Florida, but she's been extradited back to New York State. So this woman is basically being faced charges with criminal possession of a weapon and murder. And her name is Claudia Banton. And we're going to hear about her execution and her extradition and how she's back in the state of New York to answer charges for taking the life of Delia back in August. So let's go ahead and listen to this. Hold on.
Investigators say the two.
Let me bring it back to the beginning.
The woman accused in the execution-style killing of a mother on a Brooklyn street is back in New York to face murder charges. Detectives escorted 42-year-old Claudia Williams from the 77th precinct in Crown Heights this morning. She had been extradited from Florida, where she was arrested last week. Police say Williams was caught on surveillance camera in August, walking toward Delia Johnson and shooting her in the head. Investigators say the two women were once friends. The motive for the shooting has not been revealed.
Boom. Okay. So in the video I did prior, we didn't know if they was friends. We didn't know where this woman came from. We just know they went to a funeral, not together, but they were both at this funeral. And the lady in the report I did earlier, it's called Delia Johnson and Claudia Banton or something. It's on my, my homepage or whatever. But we didn't know if they were dating the same man, if they had history, but living in Brooklyn together, you would assume they knew of each other. So now reports are saying that they were actually friends. And I said in that video, be careful of who you're friends with, because friends will lure you to a place where another alleged friend can gun you down execution style and take you away from your friends and family for no reason at all. We still don't know what the reason is. But a woman arrested in the execution killing style of a Brooklyn mother has been extradited back to New York to face the charges. NYPD says 42-year-old Claudia Boughton was charged Thursday with murder and criminal possession of a weapon. Police said Barton was the woman seen on the video footage, y'all. There was CCTV footage of this. And I said, I like cameras, y'all. I really do. I'm getting used to them. But for the purposes of catching George Floyd and all this other, look at Travis Scott and the deceased bodies that was all on camera, like, there's got to be a place where we could draw the line. But thank God that it captures something like this, because we know who the murderer is. We know so it's a good and bad thing with me, y'all. But anyway, investigators go on to say that at point blank range on a Brooklyn sidewalk back on August 4th, this lady, Claudia Boughton, took the life of Delia. Now, investigators said the two women were once friends, so something happened. Generally, women, it's jealousy, it's another man, you just getting your fee-fees. What would make you want to take the life of another person? Right? What would make you want to take the life of another person? But the motive for the killing remains unclear, y'all. So I just want to go ahead and let you know what the DA, that's the district attorney of Brooklyn, Eric Gonzalez, had to say, quote, "This was a cold-blooded execution of a woman who was a beloved mother, daughter, sister, and friend, who did not deserve to have her life taken away from her. The defendant has now been apprehended and will seek to bring justice for this senseless and tragic killing," end quote. So there you have it, guys. That's the update. Claudia Boughton. I'm going to go ahead and grab these links for you guys and put them with this video so you can read up on yourself. I don't have any updates on Dalia's 17-year-old daughter. She was supposed to be going into the military. Hopefully she can still muster up the strength, without her mom, to pursue her dreams. And for some people, I know that's the hardest thing to do, especially around the holidays. I mean, mom is like mom to all of us. When mom is gone, we feel like, So hopefully, let's keep the 17-year-old daughter in prayer. Mom says to pray for the assailant, Claudia Boughton. She need prayer too. And I be trying to tell y'all, even the Bible says in Christianity, pray for your enemies, y'all. I know it's some more to it than that, but again, they need prayer too. They need prayer more than you and I do. You and I ain't the one out here taking life and, killing people. We're not. These people need more of the Spirit of God hovering over them than you and I do. Well, we all need it, but I'm just saying. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for those that showed up in the chat. God bless you. Have a great day. Now that I've given you this update on Delia and her finally getting justice, with Claudia Boughton being charged with criminal possession and murder, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of my coffee, and I'll see you on the next live, upload, and or premiere, which probably will be the morning read shortly. Thank you for following this channel. Thank you for letting me do and say what God has brought me on YouTube to do and say. And thank you for respectfully appreciating the content and the original content I give out over here. And with that being said, I don't never know where y'all are. I want to look you in your eyes. Have a good day. God bless you, and I'll see you in a moment. Yeah, so Another one, another one in the books, y'all. I'm just gonna keep doing video after video after video after video. Eventually, it'll click, and if not, I got a banging portfolio of all this video, all this wisdom, all this content, all this originality lined up for the next generation. So with that being said, shalom, y'all. Have a good day. Enjoy your morning. Enjoy your coffee. Enjoy those that God bless you with who are sincerely in your life to see you good, do well, and not fail, okay? And now I'm out of here. Peace. Now